Hey, welcome back everybody to episode 2 of my Prometheus Hard Mode drop-in. And remember, I'm doing this in-game style, so in episode 1 I dropped with all my awesome workshop gear and I ran straight to this cave in the Tundra. This is an awesome cave. It's got water, and the beginning section doesn't have cave worms until you get into the back. And then it's full of resources. But we're going to start you off with a good tip here. The reason I'm able to see in here so well is I have my gamma turned up. But when you want to look down in a cave like this, instead of building a bunch of ramps, hit number 8 on your number pad, and then you can do a camera fly through and check out the entire cave without wasting your time going down in there. My goal with this series here is to build an awesome base, but to do that we needed to get started, and I'm doing the Rimtusk missions, and I'm going to run through those to be able to steal all the resources from the bases, and then we're going to head out and do some of the scouting and stuff. This is one of the first locations I'm thinking about building right here. I want to get up on this ledge in this episode, and we're going to look at what it takes to bridge that gap or build up there. But before we do any of that scouting, we're going to show you some of the highlights of me going through some of the Rimtusk missions. This is insane. Look at how many Rimtusk already showed up. Like, I had to bring down more mammoths to be able to deal with this. They're non-stop there because they're coming in pairs, and then there's certain times there was 10, 12, maybe even more than that Rimtusk like coming at me at one time. So I got my mammoths out there to just beat them down, eat them up. They're no match for my mammoths. My mammoths are beasts. So yeah, we're gonna show you a few highlights of some of the missions. There's a couple that are just insane, but we're gonna start at this first base where I decided I'd go and take some of the stuff. Alright, so yeah, let me see if I can see it with my sniper. Yeah, so there's a bunch of wind turbines and stuff that we'll be able to get from this place and jumpstart us. It's surrounded by turrets all over the place. And then if you just try to run in there, see all those black dots? They're landmines. So we need to try to start taking some of them out. Alright, so you just gotta be careful here. I could use my sniper probably and just start breaking these things easier. So I want to get to there and get inside, and then I can deal with cutting some of these turrets off. So we should be able to get in here. I don't think there's any traps in here. And then there's probably a couple turrets on this side that I need to do something about. Let's see. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff in this place that we can take. And man, you come in here and we got a new place. We can set our new respawn point here. Chemistry bench. We got oxygen here. So he's got a meaty neck now, but. So yeah, this is what I'm saying about the Rimtusk being crazy. Look, there's one dead, there's another one, there's another one, and then there's one, there's one, there's one. They're pretty relentless once you activate those two missions. Alright, and one of the Rimtusk missions, you're going to find one of these red boxes, and if you've never seen one of these are pretty cool. They're basically like a deep freezer, but you don't have to put any power to them, and they're just a storage box. So look, I put the stuff in there, it's going to say it doesn't spoil anymore. So yeah, make sure you grab that box if you go to that mission. So this is my whole point of going here. Now I have a deep freezer that I don't actually have to power up. Oh shit. And then one of the other locations in that same mission, you're gonna face an incredible amount of Vespers, so just be ready for that. Like, if you go over there and you're not prepared for them, they are gonna eat you up. And then in that same spot, Needlers started popping up, so just be ready to fight when you go there. Bring your ass back up out the ground, get wrecked. A few more missions in, we're gonna get an even larger base full of all sorts of items that we don't have to craft. We're just gonna take all this stuff and move it over to our base build. So it's the whole point of kind of doing these missions, and you're able to get all the cool little decorative items and stuff like that to decorate the base while you're building it too. So, and you don't have to take the stuff if you don't need it. You could use this as like an outpost or something like that, but it's full of stuff. Now, to get beyond this, we got to defend this piece of equipment right here, which this might be the most insane base defend mission. There is one mission on Prometheus in the swamp where they try to rush you. It's pretty crazy, but you're not facing the caliber of enemies that I'm facing in this. This is crazy. So I'm gonna let you enjoy it for a second. Just watch how this escalates and how many elite enemies rush this. If you weren't prepared for this and you didn't have the ammo on it to finish it, I feel sorry for you, because you know, starting it over, going back, crafting a bunch of ammo and stuff. But yeah, this got insane. Check it out. And then look at that ambience of the storm. I love fighting in the storms, or doing like boss fights and stuff in the storms. Let's check out this flamethrower. Look at all the dead bodies everywhere. There's piling up. And I want to try out this flamethrower. I'm not really impressed with what I've look. Get some, boy. Get blown up. Nice. Yeah, I haven't been really impressed with this flamethrower here. Yeah, check it out. It really wasn't even doing much to him. I don't know. I like my sniper. Those things are crazy. Tanking it though, boy. And then eventually this mini boss is going to come out, and you got to fight him down, and you got to have some enzymatic ammo to complete this. So if you don't have the ammo on it, it's not going to let you complete it. But it's not that hard to fight as long as you keep your distance. And then once that mission's completed, I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and take my mammoths in here, and we're going to look for the Rimtusk boss. I want to see what he can do against my mammoths. I want to, you know, see who's the king of the elephant world right here. Like, I don't think he's got nothing for him. So where is he at? Oh, there he is. Check him out. And he is a bad-looking motherfucker. Ain't he? Look. Now, if you've never faced this boss, this is an insane fight. Like, this is a tanky thing, and this AoE that he does right here, this is the very first time I've ever lost a mammoth right here, like in a battle. So he launched him in the air, he just fell and he killed himself. So, you know, he's got to get taken down. Let's go. You know, a good strategy with this thing is supposedly to use that flamethrower to melt his icy shield off, but I don't want to set my mammoths on fire accidentally because they keep snapping to me during this fight. So, look at this thing, though. He's crazy. He even smacks the camera out of the way. I'm like in camera mode right now, and he's butting it up into the air. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, there goes his shield. The mammoths are lighting him up. Oh shit, he's after me. Boy, get up out of here. My mammoths are getting on that ass. Get on him, boy. I done set him on fire with the bullets, too. Nice. And Vespers are flying around, being annoying as hell. Oh, watch out. Oh! Alright, so right here, he's trying to run away and hide somewhere, and then he's got the AoEs going. There he is. He popped back up. We're going to get his ass. Oh, there was another one up. Is he gonna make it? I think he lived. I think he lived, actually. Oh, dude, he's smashing. He's mad. Get on him, boys. Let me give him a good help right here with this snipe. Come on, snipe his ass again. Nice, there goes his shield. They're gonna get him now. Come on, boys, get his ass. Yeah, I think he's done for. Get him. There he goes, he's down. Yeah, told you, boy, you ain't got nothing for my mammoths. King of the elephants right here. You're down, sucker. I think I lost. I might have lost just that one mammoth. Alright, so yeah, that was some crazy action there, man. Like, I would have showed y'all more of the missions, but I feel like that was probably enough to get y'all through to this building. So we're up here now. I've taken the time to move a base, build some stuff, and I'm up here. This is where the gap picture was. We're up on that ledge. So we're gonna start trying to figure our way down. I think if I was to actually like this spot, I'm gonna build like a nice pathway and like a walkway down from around this to wrap around so we don't see it from the other side. But for this time, I'm just gonna build a ramp down there, and we're gonna work at crossing the gap and see how it looks. And then I built this here. This is about 30 floors up because I used the side of the mountain and stuff, so could try to build like some skyscraper or something too. So I'm gonna look at 2 or 3 options here. I've got a little base up here to stick some of the parts in, because let me tell you, those pouches being gone, dude, that really sucks trying to move like a lot of build materials around. Now look how slow I'm moving. They really need some in-game way of reducing weight for like in-game players, like a better way of letting us move around, like, you know, make us work for it, but give me some, like, you know, in-game perks to kind of help me. But yeah, we're gonna snap down some stuff here, but before we end up accidentally slipping off, I don't plan on falling, but let's set a respawn point up here, and I'll go ahead and get a little cooker, that way I can sleep if it gets too dark up here. But yeah, so that spot across right there, I've been eyeballing that pretty hard, like especially way up on the top point. But the scale of this stuff is very deceiving. So if I went over there and started building something and we come back over here, a large base would look like a little house. So when you imagine what something looks like over there, I mean, it would have to be very large to look right from the ground. So we're gonna see, you know, if this is something we want to do, is building up here, or I've got another spot that a subscriber kind of recommended me to go look at. So we're gonna head over there and check that out. And then if we don't commit to anything in this episode, y'all need to let me know in the comments, like, you know, is there some other locations we need to go prospect? Like, tell me. Or do, you know, let's see, do I build a skyscraper up here? Do I build on this gap that I'm building down to right now, and we do like a overhanging suspension kind of base right across this gap? Or do we go across the gap to the other side and build on all those different terraces over there, and you do like a, you know, a multi-level castle or a town or something? So yeah, share your thoughts in the comments. But look, right here, what I'm doing now is I'm down almost where I think is kind of level, and I'm gonna build something out as far as I can reach from right here. And then I'm gonna have to go back up and then build out where the wall's a little more overhung, and I can reach out a little bit further. And then I just commit to taking a leap and jumping for that ledge, because I didn't want to go back down and craft all the ramps and the material it would take to climb up the other side. So I'm just going to take a running start in a minute and just leap, which the perspective is, it's a little bit further than I was thinking. And my goal of getting to the other side is so that I can build back over to this and like start connecting from both sides, because the span is too wide to just go from one side all the way across. All right, here I go. Cross your fingers. Oh boy. Ah, it's just a sprained ankle. Dude, look, that was much further than and much higher of a drop than I thought. Like, that's what I said. The perspectives over here are a little weird with how large this area actually is. But so to be able to reach up and touch the other grid up there that I'd leaped off of, I need to build out a little bit. So I'm just going to click some beams in and be able to walk out there and reach up and snap to the other grid so I can build back up to it and they connect. And I'm just going to do some crude little bridge and stuff to get back and forth until I figure out like what angle and what height I need to be, and I'll adjust everything down and get a nice bridge across right here where we can look and see whether or not we even want to build right here. So yeah, so I reached up there and I touched the other grid. It allows me to be able to get back on that same grid pattern with the snaps, and then I snapped up to it with some steps. And then we'll sleep real fast so we can see. It's getting dark. So now I'm going to build out across the bottom, and then I'm going to head back up and tear some stuff apart, and then adjust myself back across the wall, because you can see I needed to come down further to the left to be able to get down. So I'm just going to tear all this stuff back down and move myself over. So I'm gonna let you watch me tear some of this down, because if you're squeamish about falling, you might enjoy because it's a lot of fun pulling the pieces out from under yourself when you're this high in the air. Like, you really got to watch which piece you're clicking on. So if you're not sure and you've ever done that and you've taken the floor or the ramp out from under yourself, you definitely don't want to do it from this height. So yeah, we're going to back ourselves over a little bit, and then I can go down with my ramps and get a little bit closer to the beam that we just put across. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll touch it, get snapped back on that grid, and we'll work our way from the left back over to the right, and then they'll connect, and then we'll build a little bridge across and take a look at it. But yeah, it's definitely, if you're afraid of falling from up here when you're building, your fingers and hands are going to sweat. It doesn't bother me as much anymore because I set my respawn points, but if it's something that stresses you out. So same thing, I just reached over there, touched it so it would snap back into that same grid, and I reached to the left, clicked it into the wall, and then we reached on out, and all of it's connected now, all the way across the entire span. We can put some floors to get a bridge going, but I don't think this angle is right, so we're probably going to have to adjust the angle. Looks like it needs to be turned a little bit more to the left. Yeah, that angle's not right, but we'll snap it in, take a look at what it looks like real fast. Yeah. So we're gonna adjust the angle real fast, which now that we've got this bridge out here, it's not difficult to do at all. Like, so we'll continue moving forward pretty easy here. So I'm going to pull up some of these floors so I can make myself a new bridge, and we'll use the existing bridge to work ourselves back and forth real fast. So I'm doing my multi-grid thing there. I pulled out, hit the home key so that I can get off that other grid, and they'll merge right through each other. So just starting a new angle here, and then we'll start our supports across on that and work our way over, and then we're going to have to go to the other side and work back to the middle. Same thing we've done the couple times with the span before, but to make this a little easier in a second with the snapping motion, I'm going to have to pull all of these floors out, because when I snap over on that beam and go to look to the left, like, see, those floors would be in the way right now and would mess up me snapping over the wall. So now when I touch it, don't look at anything else, and then look at the wall. And then see how it's on the same exact plane and the same grid still, but if you were to look at anything of the other building products, it would have snapped back to that grid. So just keep that in mind if you're having trouble with that. And then I'm going to make a new bridge here and pull all the old stuff down, and we'll check out that angle. I'm feeling good about this angle though. And then if it's just a little bit off, I'm going to leave it like it is, and then if we decide that this is where we're going to build, maybe I'll adjust that a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I can already see that's crossing across that gap much better. It could be just a little bit more adjusted, but it looks good coming in from that way. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's probably good enough for a test of whether or not we want to be up here or not. So we'll look at it from the ground and a few other places here in a second. But before we do that, let's look at the tower that I made up there. So this is like 30 floors. Like, it's crazy to be able to build on the side of that up, and then I could kind of build out and make a whole like building right here, and just the staircase or something would just be part of it. Yeah, this will get you dizzy trying to run up and down this though. So many floors. But I got something cool made up here, and you'll be able to see really far. So this is not the top yet. There's still another, I think there's another 11 or 12 floors right here. Something like that. But yeah, look at that view. It's crazy. And then we're way above like where the gap is that we're looking at building, but and then there's that section across over there. But yeah, but check this out right here. This is pretty fun. And then this is scare the shit out of you the first time you ever step on a spot like this up on top of the map. Watch when I run out here. You Look down. Oh, look at that. If you were to just start walking out on that for your first time, you think you're falling. So yeah, I made something cool here, and I did this on another map, so I figured I'd do it in this one too. Check this out. This is awesome. And then this lake is so deep. Like, you wouldn't be able to do that if that wasn't that deep. And then the water looks so good. They really did a good job with this game, with the graphics and stuff. They keep updating everything. It looks so clean. But look at how high I jump. But let's take a look at that. Yeah, so there's the gap from down here. So, you know, what do y'all think? You think I should try to build a base there? Let's go into camera mode, flap a little bit. I mean, it does look cool when you see something hanging there. You can imagine like a base structure across that. And then those stairs I would probably wrap around the other backside, like I was talking about, and when I said I could build down and wrap around that thing. But then we've got up on the right over here, like that area, look way up on the top up there. Wouldn't it look cool as hell to have a big ass castle or something up there? Or like a castle and then some village below it. But I mean, we could do that and still use this as a bridge, and then, or do we build a skyscraper over here or something that just wraps all around the front edge of that rock? What do y'all think? But so one of the subscribers was telling me about a spot over here. It's grid J7, so we're gonna head over here, and I'm looking around. So they were suggesting I could come here and look at it and build this. So I'm imagining, by looking at everything, that they're probably talking about building up on this rock right here, which it does look like a pretty cool place up there if I could build up to it and check it out a little bit more. But because of the purple that's in this area, like, I don't know if I want to commit to sitting in here for 50, 60, 70 hours building a base. That's just hard on my eyes, and I've never really enjoyed that purple look. So, and then look at when you come back through here, that looks pretty sick up there. So I'm really leaning towards building here. I appreciate all the recommendations, and I'll always go check them out. But y'all let me know. Should I go back over there and check that out, or, you know, should I go ahead and try to build up here? Or y'all tell me if there's some more locations. But make sure to hit the like button. I'm working hard to make sure y'all get some good quality videos and some awesome tips and stuff during these videos. So thanks again. I'll have another video out in a couple more days. It's going to be a fresh drop. We're going to continue this series, but I'm doing a fresh drop, brand new character, no workshop gear. So be sure to check that out. People keep asking for it. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to be moving pretty fast. It's not going to be that slow stuff. It's like, you think I'm going to struggle, but I'm not. All right. Thanks again, everybody.